On Chicago Bears Now, we have a full rookie minicamp preview. I'll have 5 things, kind of storylines that I'm keeping an eye on going into that, which starts tomorrow on Friday. And the Bears officially announced 9 UDFA signings, couple of tweaks from the initial list that came out after the draft, so we'll dive into those players as well. But wanted to thank you first. Round of applause for all of the real ones, the FGB crew here on Chicago Bears Now. We have crossed 93,000 subscribers, which is just a kudos to all of you watching and several thousand who are not watching at this exact moment. But we appreciate it. We couldn't do this without you. We couldn't increase the content like we have in the last 12 months without the increased support. So continue to spread the word, continue to grow. We can do even more for you guys. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't. We are less than 7,000 away from a milestone on YouTube, which is 100,000. Okay, let's look at kind of the Bears rookie minicamp roster breakdown as we go into the next couple of days. 43 total players, which, remember, you got to have bodies out there to run even resemblances of practice, right? Like 5 draft picks and 9 UDFA signings isn't going to cut it. And that's only 14 guys. So they had to bring in other guys. 3 veterans, which certain vets who aren't on teams or are kind of looking to get back into the league or allowed to attend some of these mini camps. They got 3 of those, 4 years or more in the league. 3-year 2 tryouts, guys who were UDFAs last year who are coming into their second year, and then 23 rookie tryouts who haven't inked deals, but with a good weekend could perhaps sign a UDFA contract like the 9 players who already have. Of course, the draft class is going to garner a lot of attention. In fact, we're going to hear from all 5 of these players over the next couple of days. They will all speak to the media at Rookie Minicamp. Caleb Williams, Odunze, Kiran Amagedjie, Tory Taylor, and Austin Booker. Should be interesting to hear from all 5 of those players this weekend. And I'm also keeping an eye on the UDFAs, which ones can emerge here. Obviously, you've got Austin Reed, the other quarterback that'll be in this camp from Western Kentucky. Ian Wheeler, who we talked about yesterday, UDFA running back out of Howard, has some return ability as well. Kentucky tight end Brenden Bates, you still have room for a 3rd tight end, so he's going to have an opportunity. Theo Benedet, an interesting player, offensive tackle out of Canada. I think there's some developmental traits there. I like Keith Randolph a lot, the defensive tackle out of Illinois. The Bears guaranteed him a couple $100,000, so I think he's got at least a decent shot to make this team. Jamree Kromah, the edge out of James Madison, interesting player as well. You need pass rushers, so an opportunity for him to show himself. Carl Jones Jr., the linebacker out of UCLA. Reddy Steward, the corner out of Troy. I've heard some good things out of him. And then Peter LeBlanc, the wide receiver out of Louisiana. They pivoted off a couple of guys. That Odir Hilaire guy out of Bowling Green, he did not end up signing, so he is not in under contract at least there. Non-rookie tryouts, so the 3 guys on the left side of your screen have all been in the league at least 4 years. Freddie Swain, you might remember him. He had like a 300 or 400-yard season a few years ago with the Seahawks. Tommy Sweeney, another tight end, so again, a position where you're thin right now. Perry Nickerson, the defensive back as well. Douglas Coleman III, Josh Sokol, and Cameron Lyons, another long snapper. Got to have someone who can snap for special teams at these rookie minicamps, so he is going to be handling those duties. Okay, let me know, other than Caleb Williams and Odunze, which rookie are you most excited for? Is it Karan Amagazi? Is it Austin Booker? Is it the punter, Tory Taylor out of Australia? Who is it? Let me know which rookie outside of the headliners that you are most excited for. Because coming up next, I'm going to kind of break this down into 5 kind of little segments, storylines, things that I'm interested in going into Bears Rookie Minicamp, which takes place tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday as well. 2-day camp there at Hallis Hall. But before we get there, why don't you get a jersey from one of the top rooks, Rome Odunze, chatsports.com/Rome. Get yourself a Rome jersey right now by using that link. That link is going to be in the comments and in the description. It's chatsports.com/Rome to pick up a number 15 Rome Odunze jersey today. Okay, before we get into my 5 storylines, things to watch, whatever you want to call it, don't overvalue rookie minicamp. That disclaimer should be out there. Now, am I excited, more excited than normal? Yes, because you have a rookie quarterback, number 1 overall pick. You have Rome Odunze. I'm not saying you can't get excited, but nothing that's going to happen the next 2 days is probably going to have a major impact in terms of what happens this season, especially the on-the-field stuff. Now, starting to learn the playbook, classroom work, that stuff's all important. These rookies need to absorb that information. But it'll be cool when we see like a Odunze one-handed catch tomorrow, but that doesn't mean the Bears are winning the Super Bowl. Just like if he drops 5 passes, it doesn't mean they're going to win 3 games. Like, let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. Let's not overreact one way or the other to it. Okay, let's start with those headliners. Caleb and Rome. I am excited. Try not to get too excited, but I am excited for these 2 guys because these could be the next faces of your franchise, especially your quarterback, Caleb Williams. They seem to be hitting it off very, very well off the field. They were already training together before the draft. That was a big story heading into the draft, and they end up being teammates. That's very exciting. And look, yeah, I'm going to be a sucker, and when the Bears tweet out that first Caleb to Rome completion tomorrow, I'm going to love it. And you guys should too. You should be excited. Again, it's just, we don't have to make it more than what it is. It's going to be fun to see those guys. I think things that are legitimate about these camps is like measurables. How does the ball come out of Caleb's hands? How are guys running routes? Those things do matter, and they are significant. So it's not that rookie minicamp is a nothing burger. It's just, look, it's fairly unorganized because you have 40 random guys who have never played together that a lot of them aren't even talented enough for this level. So just keep that stuff in mind. All right, the punter. I'm pretty excited for the punter, man. Tory Taylor. And if you're going to make this move that they did to draft the punter in the 4th round, and I saw that Richard Hightower, special teams coach, hopped on with Adam Hogue of CHGO. That was a great interview. Go check that out. He said he's one of the best punters he's ever evaluated, and he's been doing this for 17 years. Taylor's got a big personality. He's an Australian guy. He has come out multiple times and said Chicago was the place I wanted to go, called it the sports capital of America, being from overseas, obviously. So that's exciting. Of course, punted in the area at Iowa, which isn't too far away. But again, and Richard Hightower said, look, based on special teams coaches' texts I've gotten and this and that, he would not have made it to the 5th round. Now, whether we believe that or not, I think there's probably a lot of truth to it. He was definitely going to get drafted. He better be damn good. That, if you're going to take a punter right there, he better be good. So excited to see him out there for the first time. The next Max Crosby, ? Austin Booker? Is he that? Not my words. CBS compared those two after the draft, said that Austin Booker's player comp was Max Crosby. Now, that was like coming out of Eastern Michigan, right? Like not like current Max Crosby, but the comp was kind of like, hey, this is an overlooked guy who hasn't played as much as you would like, bringing him into the NFL, but you get him in the middle rounds, and the Bears kind of the later rounds, 5th round, with huge upside. Austin Booker can add weight to his frame, just like Max Crosby did, and he's kind of an energizer bunny. That's how he plays, just like Crosby does. Now, if he becomes 70% of Max Crosby, I think you'd be thrilled. But the point is this guy has talent. He's got potential. He just hasn't played a ton of high-level football yet. Edge snaps are available. Now, trenches play at rookie minicamp. There's no pads. It's, there's footwork stuff that, if you're a real big football nerd, you can kind of look out for that type of stuff. But we're not going to know if he can drive Braxton Jones back until training camp, right? So I think that's important to point out. But still, the work starts now for these rookies, and he's got an opportunity to play earlier than expected. The local flair, Kiran Amagedjie, he, of course, played in from nearby Hillsdale. The story that circulated after the Bears drafted him, Matt Eberflus was on the golf course and saw Kiran and his dad out there, and Kiran walked up to him and said, hey, Coach, you're going to be drafting me in a year, which bold statement to say from anyone, much less a Yale offensive tackle. Funny how things work. A year later, he drafted him. The reality, though, is what I just said, is offensive line play in these camps can't really evaluate much. I could be standing 5 feet from Kiran Amagedjie for 2 hours over the next 2 days. I'm not going to know if he could play at a high level or not. What I can see is how physically imposing he is. His measurables are legitimate. How does he hold up, conditioning-wise? Is he in shape? Is he not? Those things are things you can watch for. But, that's going to be a storyline that emerges. The local kid putting on that Bears helmet for the first time. So that's definitely exciting. And then which UDFAs stand out? I think more than anything, these rookie minicamps, that's what's intriguing, right? Is like which maybe tryout player gets a UDFA contract. Because there's always 1 or 2. And out of the 9 UDFAs that have signed, there's going to be a couple that get cut because they can't play. You'll know quick, these coaches, if a guy even has a chance to sniff an NFL roster. That's the easy part. Like you can weed guys out more easier than you can. Like, is that guy a player or not? We won't know for sure until pads come on, until vets come in here. I think Keith Randolph Jr. is a guy I'm excited for. Again, Trench's player, so you can't evaluate a ton, but he's actually got some pretty good tape. He's got some good size. He played at a high level in the Big Ten. I thought he should have been drafted. So, I already predicted it on my initial 53-man roster projection that I've got him on this team right now. Now, if the Bears sign a defensive tackle, that could squeeze him out. But as of now, I think he's got a pretty damn good chance. And so the opportunity is there for him. Other UDFA players, Ian Wheeler's gotten a lot of airtime. We've talked about him here. Austin Reed being a quarterback, obviously, as well. But we'll just have to wait and see which of these guys emerge as we kind of cycle through them on your screen. But, yeah, the undrafted free agents, this is like their Super Bowl, man, especially the tryout guys. It's like you got to show something, whether it's speed or, showing good hands or making a play as a defensive back. Like those are the guys who are fighting for their lives here. So that's something I'm going to be monitoring. Look, regardless, it's some level of football, right? That's exciting. Like, we like discussing the trade buzz, the rumors. That's all fun. The hypotheticals. I think fans are always intrigued, like, what could be, what could happen. But me personally, I just love talking about the on-the-field stuff the most. Like, there's nothing better than the watch parties that we do and reacting to the plays. And this isn't that, but we're going to see Caleb Williams in a Bears helmet tomorrow. We're going to see Odunze catch footballs. That's exciting. Type me if you're excited for some Bears football. I know I am, and I can't wait to talk about it with all of you, which is why you need to subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we will have coverage tomorrow after day one. I'm off Saturday, so we'll see when I kind of do a rookie minicamp recap. We'll probably do some winners and losers. That'll either come, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, one of those days. I'll work something out. Might have to film something at home, but want to bring that to all of you. So subscribe and turn on notifications.